Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's ready for the market. Yesterday we had a crazy red day, right? Today we're having a crazy okay green day. Not gonna jinx it. Let's not jinx it, right? But overall market is doing okay right now. Give me a quick second, guys. Let me just finish setting some things up super quickly. And that's super, I want to say super zoomed in. But give me one quick second, guys. Let me just fix this up really quick for you guys so you guys have a clean look here. What's going on, Gordon? How's it going, Gordon? And actually, I think I should be back. All right, so I got my text here. So hope everybody's having a good day today. I mean, like I said, market doesn't seem too bad. It kind of seems like an opposite of what happened yesterday. What we ended up seeing is market kind of closed. It went gap down, kind of hit a bottom, went up a bit, then it continued to go down. Now we're seeing the opposite. We're going up, going down. Hopefully it follows the inverse of yesterday, where we see higher highs. But right now, let's see, Dow is up 0.68, Nasdaq is up 0.51, and we got the S&P 500 up 0.51. And give me one quick second, guys. Let me just post on Discord that I am on right now. It was a bit. I got my computer working back again. Shout out to my dad for fixing it. Dude's a genius. But he got the computer back and running. So let me just. I'm back on my laptop. So what's going on, Adam? What's going on, Peter? What's going, David Becker? How are you guys doing? Gordon, slight bounce. Yeah, we can see right now. Yesterday, I feel like we saw a nice hit in semiconductor companies yesterday, but I was kind of hoping they might have seen a higher bounce. Right now, they're kind of in line with the market. Nvidia's up 0.73, AMD's up 0.8, NXPI, right? Xilinx is also up, and some of the big players, we have Google up 0.72, we have Facebook up 0.96, Microsoft up 0.83. So what's going on, Maggie? So overall market looks good. I mean, I think today we have a Fed meeting. That's a 2-day meeting. And I believe that might kind of cause a bit of volatility in the market for today and tomorrow. So let's see. DraftKings makes a $20 billion. That's a huge offer. DraftKings is one of my favorite companies right now. But DraftKings makes a $20 billion offer for UK sports betting company Ethane. Sources say that's a lot of cash. They say the offer is largely in DraftKings stock along with cash. Obviously, I would want something like this to be all mainly stocks. Because DraftKings, right? So growth companies, so their valuations are a bit higher. So DraftKings kind of paying in stocks would probably be my favorite bet. The UK gaming company rejected an all-stock offer from MGM earlier this year worth $11 billion at the time. So people have been buying this one, right? It have been trying to offer MGM, try to purchase it for $11 billion. They were like, nah, I'm good. DraftKings kind of is going out there and saying we'll pay $20 billion, mainly in stocks. And I think, in my opinion, DraftKings stock is probably worth a little bit more in forms of future growth than MGM. So who knows? It might come to tuition. That would be actually pretty cool. David Silva, DraftKings stock is down it's down on the news. I would have expected that for sure. Let me just zoom in, guys. All my stuff are pretty zoomed out. Let's take a quick look at my portfolio. But I'm actually excited, right? DraftKings, like you mentioned, down 6%, 5.74% right now. I'm really liking it at these prices, right? If I already have a nice base. What's going on, Fizz? But right now, it doesn't look bad at these levels. DraftKings looking very, very attractive. More of still dollar cost averaging for me, especially with the way the market is kind of going. Definitely interesting. DraftKings is my biggest red right now, down 5.4% due to that recent news. I also want to see what else is happening right now. I kind of saw something here. It says Google plans to buy New York office building for $2.1 billion. I actually didn't know Google was in New York. I think I was just talking to someone about that. J&J says COVID booster shot is 94% effective in the USA when given 2 months after I'm given 2 months after first dose. Okay. Interesting. Ford unveils new off-road expedition Cyberland. All right, we got Ford coming out, and US to East travel restrictions. So very interesting market for sure. I think today we're gonna, like I mentioned, we have the meetings. China still kind of, I'm impressed with the market. I thought we were going to continue to see another red day, but that doesn't seem to be the case when we have the overall market up right now, and it's actually pulling back down. You guys noticed the correlation of when I started my stream and how the market started to go back down. I did too. So Dow is up 0.43, NASDAQ up 0.19, S&P 500 up 0.19 right now. Let's see in 20 minutes when while I stay streaming. So Fizz, how's it going, man? Greystone, Jose, Adobe earnings are soon. Adobe is an interesting play, right? Greystone, I don't follow Adobe too much. I didn't know they were pretty much in the e-commerce platform, but I know they're kind of buying they're kind of buying a payment platform, I believe. Is it right? I believe Greystone to kind of help out with their e-commerce market that they're in. So Adobe is, I want to say, a sleeper for all they do. Dave Silva, please go on vacation again so we can enjoy gains. I am going on vacation in mid-October. So right now I'm just giving you guys that buying opportunity, right? I'm giving you guys the time to buy the dip before I go on vacation, and we can enjoy the gains, right? So hopefully we get gains back in about a month. Danny, yeah, so I was just talking about it, Danny. And actually, let me see if I make sure I post it onto it. Oh, where are you going? This is going to be, if things continue to, it depends on how the world continues to be. But right now, the wife and I have our 3-year honeymoon. Is it 3-year anniversary? 3-year anniversary in Hawaii. So we're gonna head out there again. So Maggie, what's going on, Maggie? Yeah. So Maggie, Lucid, you're in Lucid too. So first, like I said, DraftKings, I'm liking it. I'm really liking DraftKings. They make a $20 billion offer on UK sports betting. Main reason stock price is down. They're offering mainly stock deal. Hasn't been confirmed yet. I think we're still gonna have to wait it out before we get any confirmation on this. But I'm liking it, right? I understand why the stock price is down 5.07%. I'm liking it at these levels. Then we see Gordon. The other one you mentioned, right? Maggie, you mentioned Lucid. Lucid is one that's definitely, interesting for sure. Not a market I'm in. I don't have position in Lucid. I know they recently they recently announced their EPA ratings, Lucid Motors, which kind of did great, right? Strong numbers, the highest numbers in forms of products. But remember, this is also an expensive vehicle. I don't know if their vehicles has been released yet. The EV market, I believe I'm still in early stages. I don't mind kind of holding off, but the stock is up 5.65%. It doesn't seem another step towards delivery. Delivered Lucid Group reportedly registered around 10,000 VINs to cater to the vast majority of the pre-booked Air EVs. All right, so they still haven't, right? They still haven't delivered vehicles, but they already they already registered VINs, which I guess it's one of the final things to do. So Lucid is really, Fizz, is probably a great show. You think so, Lucid? You think so, Fizz? But we can see. This stock in the past month, in the past 21 days, has gone up 43%. This is definitely a very volatile stock. Not something I would put in my portfolio. I can definitely see why investors are excited about Lucid, especially with the recent news about the VINs. They're getting closer to moving into delivering the vehicles. I think they are falling behind their original schedule, but I think it has to do a lot with chip shortage to some extent. So, not a position I would own right now. If I did, it would be a very, very smart speculative play. That doesn't mean it's a bad investment. It's just not my investment style. Right, Maggie? So, Danny, yes, let's see. Fizz, oh, this is the big Hawaii trip. I thought your last trip was Hawaii. Where were you last time? Last time I was in Florida, Fizz. And then I went to travel to Georgia for a bit to visit some family. Danny, gonna chillax in the Bahamas. That is nice. Jose the Nomad. I wish. Most of it is usually family travel. And my wife and I usually drive. And and we save a lot on driving and make sure to save a lot on not eating out. Nice. I want to buy some more. So best of luck to you, Maggie. Danny, wait, so they offered to buy a company. How is that bad unless they are buying this bad company? So Danny, numerous reasons, right? So the deal right now, they're offering to buy a company. Normally in this market, whenever the company acquiring another company usually goes down. It's just because, hey, you're going to increase the amount of debt if they have some form of debt. You're going to reduce your balance sheet if you're paying with cash. You're going to dilute your shares if you're paying with a stock deal. So there's numerous reasons why the stock goes down. Maybe some investors might believe you're overpaying for it. So all these kind of reduce. Have like a bearish sentiment or the uncertainty with it that kind of drives stock prices down. We've seen it with even big companies. I think when Microsoft was purchasing like LinkedIn, which is now doing amazing, and when they purchase like other companies, you will see that Microsoft stock go down. It's just because of all the uncertainties that will come with it. Some people are like, not for me. So stock prices tend to go down. Even if the company is good, in my opinion. So yeah, very, very interesting for sure. What's going on, Sergio? How's it going? And guys, feel free to let me know any stocks you guys are watching at the moment. I'm gonna drop a video today. Market is starting to turn around. Let's hope for some nice deals. All right, so it's turning around. Fizz is excited, so he's definitely shorting the market right now. Stay safe out there, for sure. Right. I mean, right now, guys, very volatile market. Very volatile market. Remember, guys, we are long-term investors, and I just want to say, long-term investors, if we do hit the red, it's pretty much just noise in the long term of things, right? I mean, if I'm investing in multiple 5, 6, 10 years, so I don't really need the cash right now. So it allows me to kind of ignore the noise. Yesterday, my portfolio was down 4%. I think it was one of my biggest days. I was down about 5 grand, I believe. And because I understand that this is the long-term mentality, it's like, okay, it definitely sucks being down that much, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. The positions I'm in are super healthy. I like the companies I own, and I have plenty of backup plans just in case. Airbnb is killing it. I heard Airbnb and Uber are doing really good right now. I know if you guys follow or in Twitter, what's his name? Peru just mentioned he's long Airbnb and he's long Uber right now. I don't think he's moving stock prices, but I know that's usually a lot of excitement from him. A lot of other investors follow him. But Airbnb up 3.85%. Yesterday we saw that the US is kind of easing on travel restrictions. So companies like Airbnb are definitely a prime example. Airbnb definitely gave us a great buying opportunities numerous times. At 132, I believe that we've tested it a few times. I haven't kept an eye on it yet, but it's one I wouldn't mind watching for later if I want to expand into this market. Another one he kind of mentioned was Uber. Uber is up 8.77%. I'm guessing due to similar results. Uber shares jumped 6% as it revises its outlook higher. Oh, that's actually pretty impressive. Uber CEO sees surges prices easing up by end of year, and I believe they still expect to be adjusted. Headquarter firms that now expect to report between 22.8 billion, 23.2 billion in gross bookings for the quarter. I do believe they also expect it to be adjusted EBITDA by the end of quarter 3. Uber previously said its adjusted EBITDA for the third quarter to be better than the loss of 100 million. So Uber, I think it's definitely. I do have positions in Uber. Actually, I don't. I might have sold off. I actually don't remember. But Uber is one I don't. If I do have in my portfolio, it's super small right now. A market I don't follow too much. I don't believe it's a bad investment or a good investment. Just one I don't follow too much. But Airbnb is definitely doing great. So let's see, what else do we have? Sergio, what about PubMatic? So Sergio, I think you've mentioned PubMatic numerous times. Let me actually take a look at it right now for you. I don't want to keep leaving you in the dark, right? All the support you give me, Sergio. So PubMatic, stock price is doing up right now. I mean, I think a lot of the market is up right now. We can see Uber up 8%. NIU is up 5%. Celsius was like, all right, I was below $90 for a bit, up 3% now. Twilio up 2%. Let's see, I want to see apps actually, if it's here. Up, it should be, but it's not. Apps is up 0.05. Magnite is up 0.04. Nvidia is also up. So I definitely want to look at my portfolio today. Today's the day I'm not going to be, I want to say, too upset when I open it. Unity is back to 130. Tencent and Tesla are up 1.6% with Roku and Net. So overall, market does look good. But let's take a look at PubMatic. So PubMatic is moving on its own because we see some of its competitor apps and Magnite not down too much. PubMatic right now at these levels a lot. And this would be a strong support, right? This 25 level range. If it kind of breaks below this, it might be a bit scary. Again, technicals is the last thing I would look at, but plenty of volume at the areas is at right now. If we take a quick look at Simply Wall Street, hopefully I am signed in. Yes, and let me just zoom in for you guys. Let's take a quick look at PubMatic. So PubMatic, for those not familiar, they are in the ad tech market. So they provide cloud infrastructure platform that enables real-time programmatic advertisement transactions for internet content creators and advertisers worldwide. Super small company, $1.4 billion market cap. 7-day is down about 10.1%, even with today's drop, I wonder. Right now, this company is expected to grow 22.5% on average, right, Sergio? So it's a nice growth company. They are profitable. They are positive in cash flow from operations. So fundamentally in a great place. If we take a look at their financial health, let's take a quick look. I've seen a lot of, I want to say, ad tech companies do a lot of acquisitions where they increase their debt. PubMatic hasn't really done that, it seems. They have plenty of cash, no debt to their name, so a strong, healthy balance sheet right now. I just want to take a quick look at ownership. Individual insiders still own about 20%. Amar Goel, who is the founder, owns about 10% of the business. So pretty split up between institutions, individual insiders, venture capitals, and the general public. So fundamentally looking pretty good, in my opinion, right, Sergio? Technicals don't look too bad at all. And actually, let me see if I can look up something really quick. I need to get on the Y charts, and hopefully I can. Give me one quick second. I need to get on the link because I had to erase everything from here. Give me one quick second, guys. Copy link. Let's see. So I actually want to see Y charts. Yep, here we go. So let me zoom in for you guys. We'll take a look at PubMatic, and guys, feel free to let me know EV to EBITDA forward, maybe. So yeah, EV to EBITDA, and let's take a look at price to sales ratio forward, and let's take a look at panel per financial metric. So we can see, I mean, this is a stock that is sitting at levels kind of seen before COVID situation. These are actually January of 2021, so there's not too much data. So obviously, right now it's cheapest where it's been since beginning of the year, but not much data from before then. But overall, fundamentally in a strong place, right? So here, I like its fundamentals. I like its technicals right now. Best of luck to anybody holding PubMatic. Definitely seems like it's been a crazy ride. So Danny, it's in a strong trend naturally. Okay. Be until it breaks. I want to put in a buy for Autodesk and SoFi for trade going to went till around end of day to see how the candle forms. Best of luck on SoFi. SoFi is definitely looking pretty attractive. I'm not in it, but definitely looking attractive at the levels it's at right now. Let's see, Jose, any thoughts on no? Peter, this industry I definitely don't follow at the moment. I'm not saying I'm never gonna follow it. For example, the iGamification and gambling was a market I never followed, and then out of nowhere I started to follow it pretty heavy, because I enjoy DraftKings. So maybe eventually I might find a company that looks exciting and might start following that business. At the moment, it's definitely not something I follow. So no real thoughts on it. So what are my if anybody Oh, Kendall, you had a question. So Kendall mentioned PaySafe has been getting beat up down. Wonder why. Same. I wonder why too. I don't think there's. I think PaySafe is actually giving me a strong buying opportunities. I really like PaySafe. This one, it definitely seems some volatility. It's not the growth company that everybody believes it is compared to some of the other fintech markets. I believe investors are right now. There's so many companies in the stock market, especially very popular ones. In the fintech, we have Square, we have SoFi, we have PayPal, we have MasterCard, we have buy now, pay later companies. So I do believe within the market, there's too many companies. So investors just don't really know which ones to choose. And that kind of creates volatility. If someone likes a company, then they sell off. And I believe PaySafe is one of the less interesting ones at the moment. PaySafe expected to grow 12.3% on average. They are super positive in cash flow from operations. Again, this is a company in 3 to 5 years. I believe the prices is at right now are super cheap. And to me, it can definitely be at least a multi-bagger. In 3 to 5 years. I'm liking PaySafe right now at these levels for sure. What's going on, Q? Good morning, Q. How's it going? And what else? Feel free, guys, to kind of talk about any stocks. Let's take a quick look at Autodesk. Autodesk is also looking pretty impressive. Autodesk has recently kind of seen a lot of negativity from analysts. Price targets kind of took quite a hit. But we can see this is a stock that at levels right now, I think it's really building up a nice base. Overall fundamentals are strong, and the market is strong as well. If I was trying to go with a 100 position portfolio, Autodesk would easily make the list. At the moment, I don't think I'm ready for a 100 position portfolio though. But Autodesk can definitely, it's definitely one to watch if one wants to enter a little bit more in the 3D modeling market and kind of expect growth in the digital world, right? Because they're 3D products. For everything from engineering to animation and digital design, I think it's a great company for sure. So what do I think about SAM? So we definitely talked about SAM, right? That's Boston Beer. This company has taken huge hit. But we can see right now these levels, 500 seems to be a strong support. Plenty of volume here, and it kind of to see bottoming out. We looked at SAM before, right? And fundamentally in a great place. This is definitely a company with a lot of huge growth, with positive earnings, positive cash flow from operations. Within the group, I think one of the biggest problems that the group kind of had with SAM is a lot of competition, right? So Boston Beer, even though it's a huge growth company, they have a lot of competition, and a lot of the big players within this market are also kind of entering like the seltzer growth. SAM, I think, didn't provide enough earnings, enough growth on their previous one, on their previous seltzer growth. So investors are not too excited about it. If I was excited about the company, the fundamentals are great. Technicals right here at close to this 500 levels, in my opinion, would be a nice buying opportunity for me if I was bullish in this company. Something like SAM, though, would definitely be like a small position. Nothing really big. Vinci, Jose, do you watch any UK stocks? To be honest, Vinci, I do not. I definitely do not watch any UK stocks at the moment. Do you have any suggestions, Vinci? Maybe it's not that I'm against it. Feel free. Kendall, Peter, only cannabis stock I recommend are Hitty, Growth Gen, and Maps. I definitely heard of Growth Gen. Growth Gen has definitely seen huge growth, being the strongest companies moving forward in the industry. In my opinion, at current crisis, I've been buying. Nice, Kendall. Thanks for sharing with the community. Some awesome stuff. So let's take a quick look at the market. So, right, we started off green. Big, we're kind of seeing a pullback again. NASDAQ was up over 0.6%. Now it's up 0.42. NASDAQ is down up 0.34, and S&P 500 is up 0.26. A lot of stocks that were green originally are kind of red. Semiconductor started off pretty green. Now they're pulling back to the red, right? We have QCOM down, we have Nvidia down, we have Micron down. Google was up about 0.6%. Now it's kind of down a bit. Same with Facebook. Like I said, semiconductor industry is definitely getting hit hard right now. Let me take a quick look at my portfolio. DraftKings, right? We saw DraftKings. I think DraftKings is one of the biggest plays right now, down 6% on the news that it is buying offered on the stock. We also see Activision down 2% right now. We have Stone, we have Skills, PaySafe down 1.25. Definitely an interesting market for sure. We still have a nice amount of green though. Uber is up almost 9%, Neo is up 5%, Celsius up 4%. So it's definitely a little bit volatile in the market today. I do believe that's going to continue for today and tomorrow as the meetings proceed with the Fed. We can see C Limited though. C Limited hit back to that 330 levels. C Limited, I mean, this is a beast. Probably one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorites ones. Sorens is back over 100. Yesterday, Sorens was below $100 price target. This is probably the smallest company I owned with the biggest position in my portfolio. Super excited about Sorens. AMD is still sitting kind of strong at that $100 price point. We have CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike, I believe, is still looking attractive for dollar cost averagings. Shopify has finally broke down out of that trend it was in, or is attempting to. Shopify sitting at $1,400, looking attractive right now as well. More for a dollar cost averaging, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything really impressive right now in the market for a huge buying opportunity. The only two I would probably say is, obviously, I'm bullish in it, PaySafe, and maybe DraftKings at these levels. At least DraftKings to open up some form of base, not a big position. But Vinci, Darktrace, that seems like a cybersecurity company. Is it in the cybersecurity realm? And guys, feel free to let me know any stocks you guys want to take a quick look at. Pretty interesting one for sure right now. Roblox is up 0.71. Small buys went through for DraftKings and PaySafe. Nice, Dave. Those are looking good. Let's hope for the both of us they go up, but those are some great buys in my opinion. So Roblox, this is I think the Metaverse market, and I actually just did a video on it. It's gonna come out after the stream. But Roblox, I believe, is a great move of how, even though we're early in the Metaverse concept, how it's gonna still continue to grow. So first, Roblox on September 1st, they announced Vans. We all know Vans, right? The shoes, the skating shoes. Vans actually created experience on Roblox on September 1st. And I believe this is what's going to become a new normal. So I believe advertisement in gaming is going to be forms of more, instead of like a 15-20 second ad in the game, we're going to get hit with advertisements in a way we don't know we're getting hit advertised with. So Vans, for example, with this experience that they built on Roblox, it's just a huge advertisement front. But gamers are just playing it, and don't notice it's an advertisement front. Another example is today Fortnite. Fortnite kind of partnered up with this crazy clothing line. And if you buy one of their hoodies, right, a Fortnite hoodie for $725, I mean, if that's not insane, I don't know what is. Tim, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Hopefully your kids, Tim, don't ask you to buy some of these Fortnite clothing lines. But if you buy one of the hoodies, you also get each hoodie has a unique scratch of code to reveal a Fortnite reward. So I believe this is going to become the new normal, where gaming companies are kind of gonna mesh up with consumer good companies, and they're gonna start selling products like this, and it's gonna be a nice revenue boosters for both the clothing lines or toy lines or whoever's partnering up with them and the game itself, because I'm pretty sure they collect some form of royalty fee to some extent. So this is insane in my opinion. Imagine buying this Fortnite cap for $325. This one actually doesn't come with doesn't look like it comes with a code. But still pretty insane. I do believe we're gonna continue to see stuff like this. $500 t-shirt, yes. Does that one come with the code? It does. I don't think it does. But that's insane, right? That is insane. Pricing free. That is insane. Pricing free to play, and it's not even pay to win, right, Dave? It's more just pay to look cool, because it's not like you're gonna get extra gaming stuff with your skin. It's just more cosmetics. So pay to cosmetics, paid to look cool. But definitely, I think the gaming market is still in early stages. I also believe the gaming market is getting beat up pretty heavily because they believe that right now, as COVID lockdowns are kind of being eased up, people are less likely to play games. But Roblox did report their August 21 key metrics, and for August was up. Daily active users were up 32% compared to same time last year. And remember, same time last year we had almost a complete lockdown all around the world. I believe this August it's a little bit more open. So for them to still see 32% year-over-year growth, I think that's actually pretty impressive, and it just shows the power of the gaming market right now. And it's not just a COVID play. So I think the gaming market and the early styles of Metaverse is definitely still providing investors with great buying opportunities. Roblox, not one I'm in, but 2 months ago, right, we saw Roblox, and look, guys, obviously, some big whale is watching my live stream. The moment I started talking about Roblox, stock is up 1.39%. I wonder who this big whale is. Jokes aside, we can see stock price still is down about 20% from its all-time highs. So I believe the gaming market is still giving great buying opportunities. If one is not, the Metaverse, the Meta ETF still remains one of my favorite plays right now. So if anybody has any stocks they want to take a quick look at, feel free. Danny the big whale. It's Dave Silva. He's the one buying thousands and thousands of Roblox at this moment. Or it's maybe Tim if he's in here. People are not going to stop gaming. People only strengthen their gaming addiction during COVID. I do believe that's true, Ben, right? I do believe the market, they got a lot of new customers. More casual gamers have come out because of COVID, right? So KFF, what about Kif? We're going to call you Kif. Kif, welcome. I think this is the first time I've seen you here, Kif. So let's take a quick look at Intel. So semiconductors, I definitely enjoy the semiconductor industry. Let me just say I am in two positions, competitors for Intel. I am in AMD and NVIDIA. Those are my number 1 and number 2 positions. Yeah. But Intel, I'm not sleeping on Intel. I'm not bearish in this company. I just believe it's going to take some time for leadership to turn things around for Intel. Right, Intel right now, we can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down 22%. Intel, though, in my opinion, they have a huge amount of cash flow. Right, they are able to really just throw cash at anything and really expect to buy off engineers. So that's they're hitting a lot of markets, artificial intelligence markets, the autonomous driving with their I forget, laser road eyes, something eye. They have autonomous vehicles. Now they're kind of hitting the graphics market. They are expected to release some graphics cards in the next year or so to rival NVIDIA and AMD. So Intel, one not to sleep on for sure. Just not one I would own right now. But it can definitely be a turnaround story. Like Maggie said, it hasn't moved for the last couple of years. I don't believe it's going to move for the next year or so. But those are just my thoughts in the semiconductor industry. I enjoy other companies instead. But still, definitely, it's not like I'm saying Intel's bad. Definitely have huge growth potential. Intel does a lot of buybacks and pays a good dividend. Yeah, so I guess that's another reason, right, Greystone, why it hasn't moved. It's giving back to investors in other methods, and that dividend right now is about 2.62%. Adita, do you think Intel can take up market share from NVIDIA and AMD? Oh, for sure. I definitely do. It's not impossible, right? I do believe it's going to be difficult. Right, Intel, if we take a look at just the overall graphics market, both integrated and discrete, Intel actually has the highest graphics market share. But that's because you include integrated graphics. If you count discrete, obviously, it's just NVIDIA. Intel is a strong brand name, right? It definitely has a strong brand name. They have a lot of computers in a lot of laptops, right? If you go to Best Buy, if you go to some company, if you go to some electronics store, you're gonna see an Intel powered laptop. So Intel has a lot of stain in the game. So Intel, with all these partnerships that they have with Alienware, whoever, they can be like, hey, yes, we'll sell you, we'll partner up with you guys to kind of use our CPUs, but in return, We might give it to you for a cheaper price. In return, make sure our GPUs are in that market. Where AMD, I think AMD did it AMD's kind of growth in the market is super impressive, right? I mean, they had really much no stain. The CPU markets that they had weren't really used by a lot of by a lot of laptops and desktop. So for them, it was really, really hard work. I think for Intel, it's going to be so much easier because they are already in great partnerships with all these OEMs. So for me to say Intel can't take market share, I would say that would be a lie. Intel, with all those partnerships that they have with like Lenovo, with HP, with Omen, with Razer, they'll be able to be like, hey guys, just put in our graphics cards in some of your products, and we'll be Gucci, right? We'll be good. So I remember you got made fun of if you got AMD back then. Yeah, so it's crazy and it's so funny, right? Definitely, the market has 10 around. But Intel is still a strong company. If you go to Best Buy, I'm pretty sure most of the products you're going to see are still Intel. And for that reason, I think if they once they release their graphics cards and they show to be really, really strong, the big OEM companies are going to be, okay, fine, just put them in the put them in the laptop, put them in the desktops, and we have a deal. So 100% that Intel will grow up market share. But let's see. Rajesh, between Nvidia and AMD, which is better bet for long term? For me, that's actually pretty insane, Rajesh. You got me versus my number one and my number two. I would say for the long term of things, I like Nvidia better. I think Nvidia, in the projects that they're working, numerous software projects that Nvidia is working, for me, Nvidia will probably be the company that makes me rich. This is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar company in the next. If technology, unless aliens come, let me just say this: unless aliens come out of nowhere and start to give us their technology for free, I think Nvidia is going to be one of the biggest players for the next 10 years. So definitely super excited with it for sure. Nvidia for EV, Nvidia for everything, for healthcare, for cybersecurity, for e-commerce, for artificial intelligence, for gaming, for fintech, for blockchain. Nvidia has softwares and simulations for almost all those products, for automation and robotics. But yeah, guys. So feel free to let me know any other stocks you guys. Adam, I know you mentioned a stock, right, Adam? Right, great. Greystone, for sure. Alienware. I don't know if you meant Alienware, like Alien Tech, or Alienware, the company that Intel works with. So, Adam, let's see. MKTX. MKTX stock. Market Access Holdings. What is this? This is an international financial technology company that operates an electronic trading platform for the institutional credit markets and also provides market data and post-trade. Definitely not a product I'm into. The trading market and trading platforms, I think, has plenty of competition. So definitely interesting for sure, though. But we can see this stock is right now market cap of $16.1 billion. I'm surprised I haven't heard about this one before. We can see from its 52-week high, the stock is down about 27%. Oh, excuse me, 27%. Let me take a quick drink. And let's take a quick look at technicals, MKTX. So market access. So we can see $16.2 billion future growth. This company is expected to grow 10.8% on average. So not a slow company. They are profitable in earnings and positive in cash flow from operations. If we take a look at their financial health, financially they have plenty of cash at hand and a very low debt to the name. That you see this little red dot here. So Adam, fundamentally looking pretty impressive. Let's actually take a look at here in Y charts. So first thing I want to say is EV to EBITDA ratio sitting at 38.18, cheaper than where it's been, I want to say most of 2020. These are values kind of seen in spring of 2020 right here, right? So 38. So right now, forms of valuation, sitting attractive, but I wonder if the trading platform has seen less users as people are trading less frequently now because they're no longer working from home. We've seen, I believe the volume of trades have kind of decreased. If we take a look at price to sales ratio, same thing, is sitting at 19.34, a little bit expensive, I want to say, compared to other companies right now, but these are levels kind of seen in spring and May of 2020. So overall, it doesn't seem like it's overvalued, Adam. Definitely not a position I would open in just because of the market is in. But fundamentally, it looks pretty attractive, and technicals, I'm gonna guess. Let's take a quick look. Also pretty attractive, right? What was the ticker? MKTX. Yeah, right. Technical is sitting at its long-term moving average. So overall, fundamentally, is looking at a great place, and definitely interesting for sure, Adam. Right? If I was bullish in this market, because of fundamentals, technicals, and valuation metrics, all look pretty good in my opinion. Doesn't mean the stock price can't continue to go down. So guys, that's it for today's episode. I do have prior engagements at 11 o'clock, so I have to get ready for that. Thank you guys so much for the support. We had over 50 people watching today. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. There will be a video coming out in the next 10 minutes or so. Make sure to watch that, guys. So peace out. Everybody have a good day. And let's see, will the market end green or red? Take care, guys, and see you next time.